Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, the President and General Counsel of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country in the courtrooms of America. Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
The 8th Annual National Day of Purity is just around the corner, and you can get involved. I'm Matt Barber, Director of Cultural Affairs with Liberty Counsel and Associate Dean with Liberty University School of Law. And joining me in studio is Amber Haskew, Communications Director with Liberty Counsel and National Day of Purity Coordinator. Well, Amber, you have just been doing a bang-up job with the National Day of Purity, putting together the fact sheets and putting together all of the items and information, doing media interviews right and left, coordinating with other organizations and individuals and getting people involved. And this is shaping up to be the most effective and most powerful National Day of Purity that we have had to date. Now, tell our listeners a little bit about the National Day of Purity, what it is, what the purpose behind it is, and also, you know, what motivates you to be so involved.
Well, thank you so much, Matt. First of all, the Day of Purity is an event that allows students and youth all across the nation and the world to stand up for sexual purity. It encourages sexual purity until marriage and also loyalty within marriage. And so it's something that is really for all ages, and it's celebrated on the Valentine's Day when there is a lot of pressure in that area. And so it's just a wonderful chance for people to stand up and to, first of all, make that commitment to purity. There is a purity pledge on our website, dayofpurity.org, and I encourage people to go there and first of all take that pledge for themselves and then let other people know about this pledge. And so it's just a really exciting time, and now is a great time to start preparing in your school, in your church, be it a public or private school. This is a perfect event for all of those situations. And
I know you're looking particularly for volunteers in states like South Dakota, Virginia.
Actually, those are we have 7 states that we already have statewide coordinators in. South Dakota, Texas, Ohio, Virginia, Florida, Connecticut, but I'm really excited and trying to get statewide coordinators throughout all the rest of the states. We've looked and submitted requests for proclamations in certain states, and several years ago, Ohio actually did do a proclamation on the Day of Purity, and here in Lynchburg, we've gotten a citywide Day of Purity. And so that's just some of the groundwork now that we can do to prepare for Valentine's Day. Also, it's just neat to hear from the different organizations that are being involved. There's a whole lot of creativity. A church down in New Mexico has ordered individualized M&Ms that have, like, one bag has true on the back and another one has love, and then the third one waits. So they're going to mix them all up, and there's these white M&Ms that say true love waits.
Oh, that's great.
And so it's just there's so much room to celebrate the Day of Purity. One of the things that's really popular is we have these white wristbands that people can request from Liberty Counsel, or T-shirts. Encourage people to wear white as a way to symbolize purity. For myself, I actually had a purity ring when I was 13. And actually, the ring wore out before I found the love of my life. And so my parents got a replacement ring for me. So there's just so many ways that you can celebrate the Day of Purity.
Now, if somebody wanted to get involved and potentially become a state director, how would they do that?
I encourage them to contact me, first of all, right away. I love to talk to you about the different ways that you can have an impact in this area. If you go to the Day of Purity, there's different resources there.
Dayofpurity.org.
Dayofpurity.org. There's resources there. There's a planning guide of what to do this week, what to do next week, how to get an event off the ground. And that planning guide, you can just download it. It's completely free of cost, free of charge. And so you can also contact me through that same website. And I just encourage people to take a stand, that each one of us does have an audience. It doesn't matter if you're a pastor or a parent or even if your only title is a peer. People are listening to what you do. They're listening to what you say. They're listening to how you act. And this is an incredible opportunity to take a stand and say, this is the kind of life that I want, and this is what I'm willing to do.
Now, we live in a world that mocks the idea of purity, and a culture that embraces sexual promiscuity and sexual perversion of every color, shape, and variety. Media and Hollywood and entertainment industry that really promotes sex before marriage and all form of sexual behavior. Why is it important now to have a day of purity is one question. And secondly, you have put together an incredible fact sheet, and I want to get into some of the facts that you have helped share and will be sharing in this fact sheet. Mm-hmm. So why is purity so important in this day and age?
Well, purity is such a critical stepping stone to a successful life. One of the statistics that just kind of blew my mind away was that teen virgins will make an average of 16% more over their lifetime, and you're looking at somewhere around $370,000 over the lifetime of an individual that makes that commitment to purity and stands on that decision. And so it's not just a one-time thing. It's not just I'll get a better grade on this quiz. It is really a lifetime of reward for this decision. You're looking at individuals, women who become married that are still virgins. Mm-hmm. You are looking at a 76% decrease in that divorce rate, which again is divorce is devastating to our nation, both inside and outside of the church. And so this purity really sets the stage for success, not just at a young age, but really throughout the entire lifetime of these individuals. And
you have a lot of these very, very compelling and interesting facts on the fact sheet. How could people get the fact sheet?
That is another one of the resources that's on our website. We've just added it a few days ago, and if you go to dayofpurity.org and click on the resources link, it'll be that top link of a purity fact sheet. And these are great talking points to share in your school, to share in your youth group, or even to discuss with your children.
Well, some of those talking points, you've mentioned some that are encouraging and positive, some that aren't so positive. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention had reported that 19 million new cases of STDs in the United States, that the treatment for STDs costs over $16.5 billion annually. People in age group of 15 to 24, while they make up only 25% of those sexually active in 2009, this is staggering. They accounted for 50% of new STD infections, according to the CDC, and you have a number of very compelling and useful facts that people can use in order to A, promote purity, and B, to take to task this a culture that embraces sexual immorality.
Well, it is. There's such an idea of sex without consequences in our society. They show the kiss on TV, but yet they never show the consequences. And so that's just one of the things that has just been heartbreaking as I've become more and more involved in this day of purity, is to realize that we're looking at about half of our young people will get an STD before they turn age 26. And yet that is just heartbreaking. I mean, it will change some of these people's lives forever. Mm-hmm. It will change their relationships. It will change how they interact with people. And so we are just trying to reach out to people and stop that before it starts.
Now, for that young person, or not so young person that is saying, well, it's too late. I've already blown it. I'm haven't been pure. I've maybe even been promiscuous. Does the day of purity still have any relevance to them?
Definitely. I believe that every decision that you make every day is setting you up for success or failure for the next day. And so from that day forward, the diseases that you're not going to get going forward, the pregnancies, the unwanted pregnancies, all of those facts from that day forward still are beneficial for you for choosing that second purity or second virginity. And so I strongly encourage people to take that decision and make that choice. It is a very difficult choice, and I'm not going to dance around that, but it is definitely worthwhile.
Well, Amber, great job with this. It's very exciting, and it's really got a lot of momentum, and so great job. And folks, again, to learn more about the Day of Purity, go to dayofpurity.org. That's dayofpurity.org. Looking for state volunteers to be state coordinators. So again, dayofpurity.org, or give Amber Haskew a call at 800-671-1776.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. Our hope is to encourage and inspire you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email update. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.